time stands still, when history unfolds, when we are bound by the magnificence of one singular event. In 2019, AEW rose, and a new vision for the future of professional wrestling revolutionized the sport. AEW is for the bold. AEW is for the fearless. AEW is for those who know that deep inside, they are elite. Now, it's time for you to create your unforgettable moments, where your legend is born, and your memories will live forever. Are you willing to risk everything to become a champion? This is your time to become elite. Are you daring enough to fight forever?
Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to AEW Fight Forever. Now, this is a game that's been on my radar for a little while. I have been a wrestling fan since I was a little kid, back in the day when the WWF was the WWF and not the WWE. And I have watched as AEW went from being an idea that a few wrestlers who were wrestling in Japan at the time had into a company that I say actually does compete with the WWE. That is a controversial statement for some, I know, but the fact of the matter is the product they put out is good quality, and some of the stars they have are amazing. With that in mind, the fact that they were making a wrestling video game was very exciting. While I still do love WWE as well, I will say the last few WWE video games have been pretty poor in quality. The graphics have looked great, but the actual gameplay, the glitches and everything, have really made them pretty bad. One of the biggest features for this game that made me incredibly excited is the fact that this game was produced by Yuke's. Now, for those who are fans of wrestling video games, Yuke's was one of the best wrestling video game creators in history, I would argue. And for some reason, then WWE went away from them and went to a company that hasn't done nearly as well for them. So I'm pleased with the fact that Yuke's is back in the wrestling video game scenario here and are doing this AEW game. On top of that, several of the wrestlers for the company, Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks and such, are very big video game fans. So they really pushed hard for this game to be quality. So I'm very excited for it. Now, in this first video here, I'm going to go ahead and do just an exhibition match, just to try to get used to the game overall. I have no idea about the controls. This will be my first time playing it, so really not sure of a lot of different things. I did want to look around this screen a bit before we get into a match, and then what I'm going to do with this is going to become a weekly episodic event on my channel. We'll see that here in a little bit. I'll talk about it slightly more, but it will be something that I will be publishing on a weekly basis. So as far as the exhibition goes, we have the standard matches here. We have a 1-on-1, 2-on-2, 3-way match, 4-way match. Then we have the Casino Battle Royal, which is a unique match to AEW. We have the Exploding Barbed Wire Death Match, which I'm incredibly excited to try at a point in time, as that is something very different that hasn't been done a lot in the United States. We also have a ladder match, which is a great thing to have. There are mini games, which we will have to explore, and I might explore maybe in the next video even. We also have training, which I think is what I'm going to start with on this video. There is an online portion to the game. This isn't really my thing overall. I'm not a huge fan of playing against other people, as you know, on this channel. I do it in Dead by Daylight, but that's because of what Dead by Daylight is. For this game, I'm mostly going to do story and so on just on my own. Then we have custom here, which is going to be interesting to explore probably at a point in time. And then we have what is, I believe, the story mode of the game, Road to Elite. So we will be playing through that. As I said, I think today we're going to start with the tutorial portion, see how that goes. Then we might try the mini games and an exhibition in the videos that follow. But after that, then, once I sort of have a clear grasp of the controls and stuff, we will probably try Road to the Elite. Now, I am sort of hoping that Road to the Elite doesn't have me make a fake wrestler that's just my character and stuff. I'd rather have it be sort of a career mode where I'm using the wrestlers who are actually in the company. As I said, though, I don't know, so we will have to find that out together. Now, this is something I really am excited about here in the game, is challenges. There are daily and weekly challenges, as you can see here. So we have these here of defeat the computer opponent in singles match with Abaddon, Brian Cage, Britt Baker, Eddie Kingston, Jade Cargill, and then also create 3 custom wrestlers. And then there are also, well, there's play online and stuff like that. But then there are weekly ones. Defeat 10 calm opponents in single matches using Sammy Guevara, perform a total of 50 grapples against a grounded opponent, create 10 custom wrestlers, complete Road to Elite 3 times, play 25 online ranked matches, win 30 online ranked matches. So with the complete Road to the Elite 3 times, it does make me wonder what exactly the Road to the Elite is going to be. We'll have to see when we get to that. But the thing with this is, if we go back here, I am going to probably in my first match, either if I play it today or in the future, be doing something where I do one of these where I compete against the computer in a singles match using one of those characters. And once you win that money, then what you can do is you can go over to shop where you can either buy sort of stances, poses, things of this nature with characters. You can buy things for arenas, so you can customize your arenas. You can buy different maneuvers, which is sort of cool. Evidently, the first move there is basically a Roman Reigns pose, so that's sort of interesting that they put it in here. You can buy entrances, which is sort of an interesting thing. Really allows a lot of creativity in making your own characters. And I do hope that there will be a nice workshop for this, where people create characters who might not be in the game, but they can do a really great job of producing them so that they could be in the game. This is what interests me the most, though, is you have legendaries here that you can buy. So we can get, I believe, an outfit for Cody Rhodes, an outfit for Aubrey Edwards, a different attire for the Young Bucks, and an attire for Britt Baker. So I love the fact that you're able to actually buy things like this in-game. It's very cool. I think it's a great idea for the game. You don't have to spend actual cash for it, but instead you can earn money in-game in order to get these things. I think that's a wonderful idea. Now, as far as audio recording goes for this game, I'm going to have to see. I'm having a feeling this is going to fall much more into the NFL spectrum for me, where the announcers and such during matches are going to do a great job, and so I will not talk during the matches. I might talk before the matches or after the matches, we will see, but during matches, I'll probably just let the announce team do their job. For today's video, since as I said we're going to be doing the tutorial, I'll go ahead and leave my microphone on and we'll see how it goes. So with all of that being said, let's jump into the training.
Training? Ha! That ain't a bad idea.
Love the fact that it has people like Taz on here. As I said, AEW has brought in a lot of great people, and Taz is just one of them. Okay, so here we can see the overall roster. We'll just start at the very top here and go through everybody that's in the game currently. So we have Abaddon, we have Adam Cole, Adam Page, we have Andrade El Idolo, Anna Jay, Brian Cage, Dr. Britt Baker, Brian Danielson, so used to calling him Daniel Bryan, Cash Wheeler, Chris Jericho, Christian Cage, Chuck Taylor, CM Punk is in this game, Darby Allin, who is listed as the TNT champion on here. Alright, interesting. Dax Harwood. They don't have them listed as champions, so that'll be interesting to see. Dustin Rhodes, Eddie Kingston. Sort of interesting on his character design. He almost looks a bit more like Killer Cross, but interesting. Hikaru Shida, Jade Cargill, Jeff Hardy, John Silver, John Moxley, Jungle Boy, Kenny Omega, Chris Statlander, and she's in her older attire. I wonder if they will have updates where you can get her newer attire. Lance Archer, definitely somebody I really appreciate. Seen him for years now. Luchasaurus, also wearing his older mask. Wonder if he has different changes in here. Malachi Black, definitely a character I'm interested in playing as I love the House of Black overall. Matt Hardy, I did buy the sort of deluxe edition, so I have different skins for Matt. Matt Jackson, they have them, the Young Bucks, listed as the tag team champions. Alright. Miro, MJF, is listed as the world champion, so that's good. Nick Jackson, along with his brother, is tag team champion. Nyla Rose, Orange Cassidy, also not listed as a champion, so that's interesting to note. Pac, Penta El Zero Miedo, or El Zero M in here. Powerhouse Hobbs, Rey Fenix. Ricky Starks is listed as the FTW champion, so it does give us an idea of when exactly this game was put out, or when at least they had the titles listed for them. Riho, Ruby Soho, Sammy Guevara, Scorpio Sky, Sting, definitely excited to have him in a game. Didn't think I'd ever have him in another video game, other than as sort of a legend. Tay Mello. Thunder Rosa is listed as the AEW Women's World Champion. Very interesting on that as well. Trent Beretta. Wardlow with his old haircut. And Yuka Sakazaki. Then as teams, we have the Death Triangle, the Dark Order. Only 2 of the members of the Dark Order are listed there. That is actually interesting. The Young Bucks. Hopefully some of these other characters will be brought in as time goes on. The Lucha Bros. Best Friends. And the Inner Circle. Champions, we've already covered them for right now. Men, that just breaks them down into the males, and the female characters. Alright, perfect. So, for me, I do agree with who they wanted me to start with here. I think the biggest name in AEW, because he is one of the biggest wrestlers in the world, and so the person I would like to start with on an AEW game is going to be Kenny Omega. A lot of fans in the United States may not have known him that well because he wasn't big in the United States until he came to AEW. But Kenny has been thrilling fans around the world for years, and just his style, his speech on the microphone, just everything about him makes him, in my opinion, one of the greatest wrestlers that we have in the business. So let's go ahead and start the training with Kenny. Alright, so then we have to have an opponent for him to face. I mean, one of his great rivalries has been against John Moxley, so might as well have him facing John Moxley.
At the very least, make sure you know how to do your finisher.
During training mode, you can change your and your opponent's settings from pause menu. For example, if you want to practice using your finisher, hit pause and set momentum to special. Alright, so let's go ahead and put it here. Pause and wrestler momentum special. Alright. That was not my finisher, but alright. Just getting used to the controls some. Alright. Other moves I'm getting, but I'm not sure what they're wanting here as far as Okay. Well, that explains it. There's the one-wing angel.
One, two, three.
Alright, so that's how to do the finisher. So for the finisher, basically you press in on the right joystick. Now, I'm going to go ahead and use the... using the joystick on the game because I prefer. Alright. Alright, getting used to some of the maneuvers here. Overall, the controls are fairly straightforward. Alright. Get a signature off here. Oh, very nice. So there's the B trigger. Controls are a little bit to get used to still, but not the end of the world. Oh! Nice. Nice Snapdragon. Another one. There's a few buttons that are different than what I would expect them to be. And there's a few that I'm just having to get used to. Ooh. All right. Alright. So we got some experience there. Figured out some of the controls. Basically, here are your different controls. As I said, there's a few things that I would like to change, and maybe I'll be able to at a point. For now, though, okay, so the tutorial is fairly straightforward there. Most of the controls seem very standard, what I would expect. A few are a little bit different, but I think I'm going to play with them for a bit and see if I get used to them before starting to change any up. I will note right away, though, unlike the new game that I've been playing in Park Beyond, this game does allow you to change the controls to what you would like, so that is a huge plus for it right out of the bat here. With that in mind, though, let's go ahead and try some of these mini games.
Aim for a new high score.
Alright, so let's start with the beginning one here of Chip Gatherer. And since he is sort of the original for AEW here, we'll go with Kenny Omega. Let's put some big names in here in this match, so we'll go with Jon Moxley as an opponent. We'll go with Chris Jericho as an opponent, definitely a good one. Not Jade Cargill, she's not going to fit into this match too well. Let's see here, who do I want as the last opponent for this match? You know what, let's go ahead and go with CM Punk.
Let's start the party.
Grab as many of the falling chips as you can. The player who collects the most wins. Look out for dropping bombs. Getting hit in a blast will momentarily incapacitate you. Standard chips are worth 1. Flashing chips are worth 3 and provide a brief speed boost. Dart chips are worth 1 point but will temporarily slow you down. Ow. Alright. Okay. Definitely won that one. Awesome. Alright, so this time, let's play as somebody else. Let's go with the Legend Sting here.
Looks pretty challenging.
Test your knowledge about AEW. The player who correctly answers first will earn more points. The player with the most points after 3 questions wins. Alright. Person to be first. Oh, I was wrong on that one. Alright. I had thought Sting. I was right on that one. Alright, well I got 6 points for it. That's a good thing. Okay, so I got second place. That was actually really challenging. I mean, as I said, I do see myself as a wrestling fan. Did not expect some of those questions, though. They were actually challenging questions. So that one's a lot of fun, especially for those of us who are wrestling fans. Let's see what this one is. You know what? Doesn't really matter who we choose here, so let's go with one of the ladies this time. You know what? I'm going to go with Chris Statlander. Then we'll go with Jade versus her. And then Dr. Britt Baker. And Riho. There we go.
Better stay focused.
Memorize Penta's poses and then replicate them rhythmically along with the music. After 3 rounds, the player with the most points wins. Yee. This could be a challenge. Alright. Ooh! Is a little bit of a challenge. Alright, well I did win it. I like the fact that they have these mini games as well as everything else. I'm gonna go with Wardlow this time. Just trying to show off some different people in each one here. So we gotta get Adam Cole in on one of these. And let's go with Matt Hardy.
I wonder how this is gonna turn out.
Alright, so we have to place masks. Interesting. Earn 1 point for each fan you mask. Earn a bonus point if the mask color matches the fan. Earn a bonus point up to 4 for masking multiple fans in a row. Most points wins. Alright. Alright, this is a challenge. Darn it. Hey, I got one. Got another one. Oh, couldn't get the mask on him. I still won. That was definitely different. And for the last game here. Let's see here. Actually, you know what? I mean, this is really Darby Allin's thing, so I'm going to go with Darby Allin. Let's get some other people to be in on something like this, though. Sort of the death-defying people. So we need Sammy as well. And probably Ricky Starks would be a good one also. He strikes me as the type that would be into something like this.
I'd like to give this a try myself.
Alright, so ride skateboard, speed up, slow down, trick 1, 2. Whoop! I do like the fact that they've sort of incorporated things other than just your basic wrestling game into this, especially because it fits some of these wrestlers here, like Darby Allin. Now, as I said, I did buy the deluxe edition, so I should be having Darby as well as FTR and several other characters available in-game. Nice. Alright, so with that, I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. The game's been a lot of fun already, and we haven't even played our first match. I will probably produce another video today that's doing a standard exhibition match. I'm going to probably go ahead and go with Kenny Omega, as I said, because of the fact that he is sort of the original of AEW, and we'll see how that goes. But for now, I just wanted to produce a little video here, sort of showing what the game's about, how it plays, everything of that nature. And I have to say, I am not disappointed at all. It is a lot of fun so far. Had a really enjoyable time in the mini games and such. The tutorial allows you to really just practice a bit and get to know what you're doing. So with all of that being said, I hope that you've enjoyed. If you have, please go ahead and click that like button. And if you've not already, please subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon, so that you're aware when I produce new videos in the future. Thank you, and I hope to see you all in the ring.